Purchase order from VF nowadays is generated from Coupa system, and Coupa will send an email notification to primary contact about a new purchase order. You will receive a purchase order in your mailbox like this. So in this video, I have two purchase order prepared. If you click on the email, you will see the purchase order from which VF company and the purchase order number. You can see a high-level summary, the contact information, as well. If you just scroll down to the email body, down to the bottom, you will see the purchase order format. In here, in the purchase order email, you can also create an invoice by clicking this button, so that it will guide you to a separate website where you can prepare your invoice information. It is not necessary for you to log into CSP to prepare the invoice. You can simply finalize your invoice in this page. So you can type in the invoice number generated from your company system. For example, is this, and then the invoice date. Although here's have a currency selection, we recommend you keep it as is because the currency is from the PO. Very importantly, attach your invoice format in soft copy in image scan so you can browse and then select the invoice. For example, this is my invoice, and then click it open. Right? You can also add any attachment that would be helpful for the invoice, maybe some supporting document in attachment by clicking File, Browse, and then find more supporting document. So once the attachment are done, you can always review the remit to address. Again, you may have multiple banking information, so select the one which is appropriate to use. Click on Choose. If you do have any further payment reference, you can type it in down here. Now, every time you click on Create Invoice from the purchase order email, it will show you all the line item from the purchase order. You may want to bill VF everything at once, or you probably just have to bill it line by line. So for the first one, let's see, the line is for down payment. The second one is for the second payment as per agreed in contract or agreement, and the third line is the third payment, and the fourth one is the fourth payment. Say today you just have to bill us for the down payment invoice. Please take away the line you don't meant to bill us. Just click on the cross icon. Leave the line that is appropriate. On our PO, we say the down payment is 5,000. If it is not the accurate amount you meant to bill us, you can change the price. Okay, maybe you say, okay, the down payment actually is only 4,800. Okay, and make sure the price here we only refer to the net cost. It doesn't include any miscellaneous costs or tax. If you need to add any tax, please click on this checkbox line level taxation, and then select the appropriate tax you want to need to charge for this invoice. So once you click on that, it will click on the tax code. It will have the tax rate and the tax amount. If you do have any additional costs, you can leverage this additional box to type in, say, the shipping is $30, handling fee maybe additional $500, and so. If you do have additional costs, once you input them, you can click on Calculate, so that you will see on for this invoice, it is against the PO line 1, and now the total cost will be $5,666. If this is everything you need, you can click on Submit. Down here, we have a comment box. If you do have any additional information, you can, or any comment, you can type it in down here. It will send to our accounting team to follow up. If you click on Submit, it will ask you, are you sure that the invoice is correct? Because once you send invoice, you cannot do any editing. Click on the Send Invoice. Now, in VF, accounting team will receive your invoice immediately, and the status is showing that we're processing. You can also log into CSP to manage your order and invoice. For example, the second user log into CSP, and then he or she can go to orders. Again, if you do have more customer using Coupa, you can select customer done in this job done, or you can just click on orders, and then it will show all the purchase order issued from VF. I have two testing orders here, and I already built one from this order, and I'm going to do the second order and issue an invoice. So by clicking purchase order, if you click in the PO number, you will see all the line item details, shipping information, and the line item details. Sometimes VF staff may attach any additional document, so you can also find it down here on the line item. If you're ready, you can get into the purchase order, click on Create Invoice. Also, in the order page, you will see Action have two cons icon. One is a yellow con, one is the red con. The yellow con is to click to create an invoice, and the red con is click to create a credit note. The process is the same. Once you click into the con, it takes you to the Create Invoice page. Once again, you type in the invoice number. You're going to attach the invoice format from your generate from your company. If you do have additional document, you can add file. Double check your remit to and your VAT or any tax information. Select the appropriate line item you're ready to bill VF. For example, this is the second invoice. I'm going to charge for the down payment as well, and it does have a taxation charge. Select the appropriate tax code, and so any additional charge need to be input. Feel free to do that. If not, click on Calculate to have the new total including the tax amount. Comment box, if you do have any additional information you want to share with VF accounting team, please do so. Otherwise, click on Submit. System again will ask you, are you sure everything is ready? Because when it is sent, you cannot make any change. If so, click on Send Invoice. You create the second invoice to VF. And the beauty part is that VF already received this invoice in our system. Our accounting team can process that immediately. If you wish to check the invoice status or the payment status, what you can do is get into the invoice tab, and down here you'll see all the invoices. Click into the invoice, so you can see the status pending approval from VF side. We are processing it. Say the status is approved, And then you're just pending for the payment according to a payment term, 60 days from the invoice date. If it is already due, and then you can go down and see the payment section, open it up. It will show you the payment status. If you see externally paid, and then it will also show the payment details. It means we have already paid this invoice from online banking system.